What is up, YouTube? James Polk here. As participating at a locals tournament as of yesterday, out of 10, close to 12, 15 people tops, managed to make my way to top four somehow, one way or another. Representing the locals of Imperial Trading Card Games. Shout out to them. And shout out to all my opponents. Austin, Antonio, Anthony, and Adam, the eventual champ. So when it comes to the deck experience and the tournament, I'll pretty much talk to you guys about the experience first. So the original record was 1-2-1, but the thing is, during or close to round 3, my opponent had to drop. So sorry about that, Antonio. But shout out to you that you're a fantastic, great player. So the record was 2-1-1 as a result. So the two wins were Blue Eyes and Code Talker. And then the loss was to the eventual champ, to my guy Adam, playing Addict Nister. And then the tie was between Spright, Live Twin, Frogs built into one. It is because I never even knew what the Spright cards really do. So that literally tells me Spright is one of the top table decks. So as for the deck of choice, by the way, I pretty much played the same list for about almost a month. Main, extra, and side deck cards, no changes at all. And then this super rare chalice is super nice to represent me topping at locals with it, so I can get this a little good look. There it is. Super nice. And with that being said, let's jump to the profile. No changes at all, by the way. So 3 Snow, 3 Thunder, and then 2 Cloud. Cloud was pretty much MVP. If your opponent doesn't have any answers to take care of Cloud, by the time we get to the recursion of the cards or taking the back row advantage, it's pretty much game at that wrap. And then 2 Rain. Rain's actual effect only came up once, because any given time where if I have snow or rainbow canvas on board while I have the weather traps in hand, this literally makes it so that I don't have to really worry about setting and then just flipping up the trap at the same time, though. Within the following turn coming up, when rain can just cheat sheet the way out of it. 1 Sun and 1 Aurora. Sun's graveyard effect, he almost came up, but at the same time, no weather cards in my hand at the time whenever the matches happen. So the reason why I said he almost came up, his graveyard effect is super insane, which is you can send 1 face-up continuous spell trap you control to the graveyard as cost, special the Sun in defense mode, and if you do, place 1 weather spell trap from your hand to your field face up, which is insanely nuts. And then the 2 dimensional shifters, or dimension shifters, because first of all, I only have access to 2. And then these shifters, weirdly enough, it was never saw all tournament long until the final round against Adam, and these shifters came up twice, which is insane. Spell lineup, Call By, Foolish Burial, Toss Out Sun, 3 Snow Canvas, the Stratos of Weather cards, 2 Rainy Canvas, the Compulsive Spell Traps, Cloudy Canvas. This card almost came up in terms of shrinking and direct attacks. It almost came up, but it was only there just for link fodder most of the time. And speaking of link fodder, the most busted card ever printed, 2 weather forecast. Card is insane. And then triple share ride. This was seen a total of 3 to 4 times, actually. And shared ride is really, really strong in this format. And then double tactics. This actually came up only one time in terms of tactics. And it was to rip away cards out of your opponent's hand, which is insanely nice. Traps. Double Thunder Canvas. The non-target, non-destruction compulse. 2 Rainbow Canvas. The good old free E-Telly of the weather decks. But the thing is, your opponent got to have monster for it. 2 skill drain. And 1 anti-spell. Weirdly enough, skill drain was actually never saw all game long though. And an anti-spell, it was actually only seen once throughout the whole entire tournament though. But in hindsight, I felt like, to me personally, it's like one of those right ratios to my liking, because most of the decks that I came across is literally never going to be spell heavy. So that's why I thought 2 skill drain, 1 anti-spell is the way to go. Even though the only thing sucks is not seeing skill drain all tournament long at all, which is, again, weird. And then 3 dimensional barrier. This card came up a few times. And then the 1 single solemn judgment. And then side deck was Pack of Tops, Change of Heart, Heartbeast Feather Duster, 2 Droll, sight this in but never saw it, unfortunately. 2 DD Crows, sighted these in but never saw them, unfortunately. 2 Dark Ruler, sighted it but never saw it. Raigeki, Lightning Storm, sighted in Storm, did see it once, but actually never came up in terms of usage. Macro Cosmos, double Evenly Matched, and then a second copy of Judgment. And then extra deck, triple Moonbow, double Arceal, and Arceal is actually made more times than Moonbow throughout the whole tournament, which is, I quite find it interesting. And then the rest of the extra deck that literally only came up, 3 other extra deck pieces. So Dark Area and Access Code. Access Code was literally made 3 times, which is super nice. And then the rest of the extra deck, it was never made. So Alsa, Hita, Lina, Win, Phoenix, Geonator, and Celine. Get the glare out for you guys. And then as for the matchups I had are as follows. It would be Blue Eyes, ended up winning that one 2-0. Second round was actually a tie between Live Twin Spright Frogs, because it was actually my first time against Sprites and never even knew how the cards worked. So in fairness, it is what it is though. And then the original loss from round 3, it was against Code Talker, but due to the fact that my opponent dropped out, it was basically a free win from the get-go. So Of course, shout out to you, Antonio. Apologies that you had to leave on out, because if you not would have dropped out, I would have never topped from the get go. So I pretty much have to thank you for that free win. And then round 4, it was up against the eventual winner, Adam playing Adignister. I pretty much got slaughtered 0-2, but that's how tournaments can be, though. And then as for the rest of the top cut at locals, first place was Adignister, and then a tie for second, it was Tier Elements and Exosister. And what's funny enough, I really wanted to play Exosister for the tournament yesterday, but I said to myself, nah, we're doing something different. And then fourth place, yours truly, with the weather. Once again, this is James Polk. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated, and I'll catch you guys next time.